In economics, we generally want to relate everything back to graphs, and elasticity is no different. With elasticity, we're dealing with slopes of curves. Think back to your math classes. You have your x and your y, and for a line, whether it's positive or negative. The slope measures the change in y for a given change in x. The steeper the slope, the greater the change in y for the same change in x. In economics, it's no different, except that instead of y, you have price. You only have price on the y-axis and quantity on the x-axis. It actually makes more sense for price to be on the x-axis, so this will be a little bit confusing. However, it's not too bad. Because price is on the y-axis, when we have something that's perfectly inelastic, we draw a vertical line. I'm just going to be using the example of the price elasticity of demand because that's the simplest one. Notice how, as we move upwards or downwards along this, changing the price, quantity remains constant. Conversely, when we have a perfectly elastic demand, we draw a horizontal line to show what we're trying to convey. Here I change the quantity, and no matter what the quantity is, price is the same. If the demand is neither perfectly inelastic nor perfectly elastic, we draw some downward sloping curve, like this. For supply, inelastic is still vertical, perfectly inelastic is still vertical, and perfectly elastic is still horizontal. But instead of drawing a downward sloping one, we draw some upward sloping curve, like so. Now that you have a sort of conceptual framework, I'd like to give you the only formula that you'll need, and then an example of a problem that you'll have to face. Elasticity, recall, is the percentage change in the response variable over the percentage change in the explanatory variable. We're going to call the response y and the change x. So how this pans out is the percentage change in y on top and the percentage change in x on the bottom. Change in this case means new minus old, and percentage change means we just take this quantity and divide it by the old value. We do this for both the top and the bottom. And so this will give us percentage change in the response variable over the percentage change in the explanatory variable.